Hey there, honey bunnies. Welcome to episode 67 of your Sovereign Storytellers podcast with your host, Michelle Wolf. And today's episode is Stop Lying to Yourself. Stop lying to yourself about food money. Y'all know I record in my car, right? It's the quietest place with the best acoustics. But it's after dark and the moon is up and the owls are hooting. And I'm pretty sure there's a Sasquatch around here somewhere. I don't know if I've told you all, but I live about 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes away from the Sasquatch Museum. I can't remember the name of it. Bigfoot something or other. You can Google Bigfoot Blue Ridge, Georgia, and you'll find the Bigfoot Museum. And it is packed with Bigfoot stuff. And if you go in there and talk to the owners, or really anyone, you'll hear all kinds of stories about Bigfoot sightings. My personal take, and I promise you this podcast is not about Bigfoot, but my personal take is if we're going to talk about weird things, they're probably multidimensional or something. If they exist at all, I'm guessing multidimensional, which is why we never find any dead bodies. Anyway, we were talking about lying. Okay, so I have a weight loss using human design and forest reiki and radical honesty class that starts January 4th. Today is Happy New Year, January 1st, 2020. First podcast of the new year. But a large part, and I don't know if I'm going to specialize in weight loss. I'm not sure. Maybe I will for a while. So if you're interested in that, shoot me an email, info@thatmichellewolf.com. And if you want to get in on the class, you better hurry because we do start on the 4th. I think in the afternoon. So not much time. Thatmichellewolf.com. It's right there at the top. Healthy Weight with Human Design and Force Striking. Pretty obvious title. Okay, so but a large part of weight loss is and money. So they're really intertwined, right? Because how we do one thing is how we do everything. We've all heard that a billion times, and it's 100% true. If we lie to ourselves about food, we're probably lying to ourselves about money. We're probably lying to ourselves about why our life is periodically in the shitter. And we're not doing it because we're terrible people and we lie all the time. It's just the brain is designed to be unconscious. It's easier as far as the brain and the mind are concerned if we just don't think about it. It's easier to sit and wonder why we can't lose weight or why we can't get a grip on our money or how did our bank account go negative or all those things. It's just easier to fixate on that than to own up to you're not losing weight because you keep putting too much food in your mouth. And you don't have any money because you aren't making money. Like, I was talking to a woman I very much hope takes this leap. I won't out her, but she's taking a leap in her business, like the biggest leap of her entire life. And I was saying to her, like, there's really nothing to lose. If you're already comfortable and familiar with barely getting by and sometimes not getting by, what do you have to lose by taking a gamble on a business action? Nothing. And she was like, well, what if I can't pay the loan back? And I was like, and then she was like, and then I was like, just kidding. I am trying to stop saying like so much because, I was saying, here's the deal. Worst case scenario, if we were dying, we would get our ass out there and find some job to do. There's lots of jobs that nobody wants to do, so they're always hiring. And you don't barely make enough. You have to have 10 roommates and, split the bills and stuff because you can't make a living on one of those jobs. But if push came to shove and you were gonna lose everything if you didn't go work a shit job, well, then you would go work one, you know? And there's all kinds of reasons why you don't do that and you do everything but that. But at the end of the day, she takes out a loan, can't pay it back. You work a crap job till you get it paid back, right? There's nothing to lose. If you're not afraid of being homeless, there's really nothing to lose. I was asking myself that. I'm sorry, I'm a little tangential tonight. I'm sitting in the dark on Sasquatch watch. I got to look all directions. But I have asked myself, like, of course I wouldn't end up homeless. I have family, I have friends, I have places I can live. But I did ask myself, like, what if these are things you do when you live out in the woods by yourself and you get tired of talking to the cats? What would I do if I was homeless? And I was like, you know what? It'd probably be okay. I wouldn't love it and I wouldn't choose it. And I would do everything in my power to not stay there long. But honestly, we don't have to treat that as if it's the ninth circle of hell and look at everyone who's homeless as, engaged in some horrifying end of the world prospect. It's not. People who have been close and people who are there deserve our respect, especially the ones who are trying to work their way back out of it. Anyway, again, off on a tangent. The most common question is, I don't understand why I can't lose weight. I don't understand why I procrastinate. I don't understand why I sabotage or whatever. When we're ready to 100% grow up and take total honesty for ourselves, it doesn't take too long to figure out why you're really not losing weight, why you're not, sticking with your exercise plan. It's very simple because you're not. You're not doing it, and you're weaving a web of lies and deceit around yourself so that you don't have to do it. No shame. It's the shame that keeps us from telling the truth. But when we start to tell the truth of, oh, I'm actually doing it myself, I am actually tricking myself and going unconscious and spinning a lot of stories and things about why things are the way they are. We have to stop judging ourselves for being cute little liars. As long as we have shame about it, we just tell more stories. Well, I'm broke because of this, or I'm not getting by because of that. I gained 5 pounds over the holidays and I'm not sure how it happened. It's 2020 and 2019 resolution was to lose weight and I actually gained weight. Whatever your particular version of that is. If we can't reduce the shame, we can't tell ourselves the truth. And if we can't tell ourselves the truth, then the cycle never ends. I've got a cat on the car. He wants to get in because he's afraid of Sasquatch too. I don't know if you can hear him meowing, but so we lie to ourselves because of the shame. Sometimes we really don't know what to do. We really don't. Like, we don't know how to handle cravings. We don't know what to say to ourselves. In fact, that's one of the things I'm doing for this class is I'm writing out 3 different scripts of self-talk. Put this in the pantry and on the fridge. And when you are standing there fighting off a craving, this is what you say to yourself. Sorry for the car door slam. Word for word, it's going to be right there. So no excuses, right? Of course, there'll be excuses because we'll read our list and we'll do it anyway. We'll read our list of why we shouldn't be smoking cigarettes. We'll read our list of how to handle cravings in 8 easy steps. We'll do it, and then we'll still engage in the addictive behavior, and then we'll tell ourselves a big fat lie about it. Well, I had a bad day. My boss yelled at me. I had a fight with my partner. I just can't handle it. Who is it? Is it Alfred Adler? It may be Adler, the therapist, psychologist. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. I'm going to get hooked on the detail. Look it up. Whoever founded Albert Ellis, Rational Emotive Behavioral Therapy. I should know that. It was a huge part of my graduate program. But he was like, the biggest problem we have is we lie to ourselves. We say, I can't. I can't because is like the biggest, fattest, hairiest, gnarliest Sasquatch level lie that we tell ourselves. I can't because I can't. Or I can't handle it. Or it's too much. It's too much. I have to eat the cinnamon roll. This day has been the kids are too much. Everything is too much. I have to go smoke another cigarette. Cigarettes are where I really mastered dealing with addiction. Because my God, I can't even tell you. Some people react to cigarettes like heroin, and I'm one of them. It's a freaking nightmare to quit 150 times before I actually quit. And I kind of treat myself like an alcoholic. Like, I'm not so sure that if I picked up a cigarette today, that I might just be right back up to a pack a day tomorrow. It could happen. But I wouldn't lie to myself about it. So that's what we're going to be talking about. And I encourage you to think about it for yourself. Like, look at how human beings are fascinating creatures, right? When we step back and look at ourselves, it's easy for us to spot the lying in our friends, right? I don't have any money, I'm always broke. And they're, carrying a Chanel bag or something expensive. I can't pay for coaching or things that I really need because I have to buy a Michael Kors purse. It's on sale. Or we have to take a family vacation. Well, do it. But don't lie to yourself. Don't say that I can't invest in myself and I don't have enough money. It's not true. Invest in yourself if you want to invest in yourself. And if you don't. It's okay. We've got to somehow vaporize the shame around telling ourselves the truth. It takes an enormous amount of energy to tell yourself whoppers all day long. It really does. It's one of the most destructive things that we do to ourselves because it takes so much energy to not to wall off the part of ourselves that knows the truth, to create like a division in our mind where we can engage in the behavior we want to engage in and tell ourselves lies about it as our ticket to the carnival. That's how guilt is our ticket. I hope that door slam's not too loud on your ears. I didn't even think about that. Sorry, y'all. We buy our ticket to go, head first into the Doritos bag, and then we feel bad about it, and then we just wonder, why? I can't believe I did it again. Why am I doing this? Why? Oh, let's go unconscious and eat some donuts. Then we don't have to think about the Doritos. If we go unconscious about our multiple trips to Starbucks throughout the month, averaging anywhere from $300 to $500, then we can tell ourselves, well, I don't have any money and I don't know why I'm always so poor. If you can go to Starbucks, you ain't poor. Homeless people don't go to Starbucks. People without an income don't go. It's priorities, right? We make Starbucks a priority and we justify. I do. That's what I make that shit a priority, man. I don't even buy the expensive stuff. I just like to go. It's one of the people-y places I enjoy on a limited basis. But we justify it. We don't need to. Even plain black coffee is $2.50. I don't need to spend $2.50 at Starbucks 3 times a week or more. When I was, working a regular job, it was guaranteed 5 times a week. And then I would complain about not having money. It's not about not having it. It's how are you prioritizing it? Because there are times that you really don't have it, and so you don't have Netflix, and you don't go to Starbucks, and you don't drive anywhere that you don't absolutely have to drive to because you have to save that gas to get to work. You don't buy new stuff, even if it is on sale, because it's not there to buy it with. So if you're able to make choices with money, then you do have money. And telling yourself you don't keeps you stuck in scarcity thinking. Grabbing things because you think you won't have another chance at them keeps you stuck in scarcity thinking. Do you really think that Macy's is not going to put those pants on sale ever again in your entire life? Or in my case, because I'm a terrible traveler's notebook collector, do I really think that a company I like to buy for isn't going to have another half off sale ever in my entire life? Of course not. That is ridiculous. But that is something I recently went unconscious on and ended up buying 4 half price notebooks. And then, some other things that I thought was going to happen didn't happen. And I ended up broke. And I was like, what the fuck? How come I don't have any money? And then I was like, oh, right. I fell for the old half off notebook thing again. Okay? We just have to tell ourselves the truth. Once you tell yourself the truth and start to really develop that skill of truth telling, you are really winning the battle against shame / Satan / shame. Right? I'm super honest with my food. Part of what I'll be dealing with as the instructor of using human design and Force Reiki and radical honesty is being radically honest. I'm still eating too much food, volume wise. I'm honest with it. And it wasn't easy to get here. Intermittent fasting really makes you get honest about how you're eating, or it did for me. And I started that almost 2 years ago, 18 months ago. Long enough to go, wow, I've lied to myself a lot about food. So if I was going to binge, then I was honest that I was going to binge. And I watched myself binge. And it wasn't pretty. And I didn't love it. It kind of ruined it. If the point of binging and spending too much money and refusing to exercise is so that you can go unconscious and you make yourself stay conscious, it kind of takes all the fun out of it. It's like we're little kids, right? If we think we're getting away with something, then it's super duper fun and we want to do more of it. And we get to feel naughty, and then we get to feel guilty, and then we get to make promises, and then we get to break them, and then we get to eat more cinnamon rolls. It's a game that children play. And I'm just going to say it's time for us to grow up and tell ourselves the truth about our real behavior, not our wannabe behavior, not our wish I was behavior, but our actual, real, day-to-day behavior. When you go to Starbucks and spend money, but you have a goal to save and invest. Or when you refuse to exercise and you eat too much sugar, but your goal is to lose weight. We don't get to have it both ways. You can't lie to yourself and be whole. You can't lie to yourself and live an authentic life where you are, all the parts of you are congruent with the other parts. You don't have part of you stuffed in a closet that knows the truth while the other part of you is running around like a toddler in a diaper eating all the snacks. Like an unintended 3-year-old smashing through the kitchen. Well, the adult part of you is, got duct tape over his or her mouth. Because we don't want to know the truth. We don't want to know it because we don't want to feel shame. We don't have to feel shame. Shame is a choice also. We don't have to feel shame. We can say, oh my God, would you look at that? I've got a diapered 3-year-old running through this house with a cinnamon roll in each hand. What the fuck? Holy crap, what am I going to do about this? Oh my God, my checking account is negative again. I fell for the marketing again. Wow, those marketers are damn good at what they do. Congratulations to you, marketers. Job well done. Well played, Chic Sparrow. Be honest. Oh, I counted my chickens before they hatched. Whoops. Okay. We don't have to feel like losers. We don't have to feel like wastoids. We don't have to feel terrible because we tell ourselves lies because that's the way we're designed as a human being. Hello, you're in a human body having a human experience on the planet human. You're going to lie to yourself unless you really make a commitment to knock it off. This guy. Have you ever lived with a cat? They can't handle a closed door. They want out, they want back in. They want out, they want back in, which is why I have a cat door, so he can do it himself. One of the 5 I have left here. Now he's standing on the car door again with the car door wanting in. Then he wants out, then he wants in. He's going to have to stay out this time if you hear him yelling in the background. Well, that's just the way it goes. Okay, so if you're going to do a weight loss program with me, you only have like 2 days left to get in. And I'll have to play catch up with you because there's some things you need to do. If you have interest in me running more weight loss with human design and forest Reiki and radical honesty, shoot me an email. Find me on Facebook, facebook.com/MichelleWolf11, or Instagram, same thing, instagram.com MichelleWolf11. And let me know if that's something you want to see more of, because I can do another one. We'll see how it goes. But if you're going to do it on your own, again, and more power to you if you can do it on your own. But I'm going to say that if you could have done it on your own, you would have by now. But I would suggest that if you don't do any dieting, don't buy another book, don't look up another meal plan. Take the next 30 days and be honest with yourself. Write down what you eat. Write down what you say you're going to eat, and then write down what you actually eat. We're going to be doing that in my class. You're going to write down what you're going to eat. And then if you deviate from it, you're going to have to write that down too. Radical honesty. Try it. See what you think. It's not going to feel good. You're trained to not tell the truth. So you're not going to love getting honest. You're not. You're going to hate it, actually. But try it. See what happens. Refuse to shame yourself. Just say, oh, I caught myself being human. Ain't that something? Would you look at that, Mildred? I done caught myself being human. Let me know what happens. Think less, feel more. You know where the website is if you want to work with me. Talk to you later.